Hi everyone, welcome to Unwind with Art, a webinar organized for you by IMT Care. I'm pretty sure you all must be really excited because today is Thursday and basically everyone is tired from their work and they want to have their own peace of mind and unwind, and what better way it can be through creativity. And often we feel that we are not creative people. I don't do dance, I don't do art, I don't do this, I don't do that. But well, creativity is so much more, and we are going to understand all of it and how to use it for our mental peace and de-stress within few minutes with our very own Arya Prasad. She is a psychologist and art-based therapist. We have had the privilege to have a host a session with us previously, which was loved by everyone. We had amazing, ravishing reviews. People were just messaging her and also us that we want her back, and that's why we have invited her again. And she will be taking us over and spooning us and making us go in that meditative trance with her creativity, and not just creativity with her words and the way she talks. You're going to love it, you're going to enjoy it, and I just hope you all just take a deep breath and let the session begin. Arya, over to you.
Vartik has been super kind enough to just give me all the praise that I need to begin. Thank you so much. I'm super excited to come back to IMT Care again to have this webinar on to de-stress with arts. And we've had this webinar before. We're doing it again. There are a few tweaks. So the point of this webinar is to have 1 hour all to yourself. It's to have a time where you get to just keep the world aside and focus on what you need right now. Okay, so arts-based therapy is huge. It's very vast. It's very engaging. It's very enriching, and we're gonna get to it right in a minute. Uske pehle, just like a quick intro, I'm a psychotherapist. I'm a counseling psychologist. I work with people one on one and with groups, and I also host webinars and workshops like the one we're having right now. And I've been an arts based therapist for the past few years, and it's been really engaging and enriching. And the best part about arts based therapy is that you don't need a lot. When we think of arts, when we think of creativity, we feel like we need to be in a studio, we need to have a paint setup, we need to have like a canvas and all of that. Nothing. If today all you have is a piece of paper and a pen, we're good to go. We don't need anything apart from that. Um, so before I go in with what we're gonna do, before I go in with all the activities, I'm just gonna go through a few norms of the session. I'm gonna just begin screen share right now. Can can someone confirm if we can see the screen, if everything is visible to you guys?
Yeah, I can see it. And guys, you can just share your thumbs up and like message on the chat. We love it.
Absolutely. Let me know. Just keep on putting in comments, keep on putting in questions, everything of that sort. We'll have a small space for Q&A later on, so that I can get through all of your questions, and I don't want to miss any of them. But yes, I want to know what you guys are up to, what you guys are thinking about, so that I can also mold what I'm saying and what I'm doing just to fit your needs. Before we go any further, let's just start with the ground rules, okay? When we talk about any arts-based session, of course, we're going to be doing activity, and I know you're super excited for it, which is why you're here, right? Along with activity, I'm going to ask that you guys introspect. So maybe I'm asking you guys to draw or doodle. Think about what effect that activity is having on you. Is it making you feel better? Is it making you feel more engaged? Is it making you feel restless? Or is it making you feel if any emotion is coming up? Introspect on it and think about what's happening within you. The second thing is focus on the way you feel about the art and not just how it looks. I know that whenever we pick up like a paintbrush or anything like a pen and paper, we're so worried about aesthetics. Does this look pretty? ये अच्छा लग रहा है कि नहीं लग रहा है? Is it looking weird? Is it looking awkward? Am I even a good artist to begin with? So today's job is not to have a fixation on how this activity looks. If it looks like a 3-year-old scribbled on a piece of paper, it's acceptable. Don't worry about it. This is about how your artwork feels to you. Most importantly, you, nobody else. Trust me, if you don't want me to show your artwork to us, that's okay. This is for you. The third thing is respect your opinions and those of others. And I've specifically written this because I'm going to ask you guys to share your thoughts. After every activity, we have a small debrief session. Debrief may we'll talk about what you're experiencing, what insights you have, and what's the intent of this activity. Why did I put this activity in this webinar in the first place? So during that debrief session, it's going to be really helpful if we respect all of our opinions because 5 people will think 5 different things about the same artwork, and I want to listen to everything that you guys are saying. Um, the fourth one is to participate as much as you feel able to. I know it's almost the end of the week, almost well, Thursday. It's the end of the day. It's 5 o'clock. You might have an early start to the day. You might have a lot of other things going. So some of you might not be very energetic. That's completely okay. Participate as much as you can. In fact, the more you participate in this, the more you keep your life aside for an hour, and the more you participate right now, I think you're going to have fun, right? And the fifth thing is take breaks if you feel the need. So now art is very dynamic. I can't predict what comes up for you when you're doing the artwork. It might be a small artwork as well, but sometimes we just get into a negative spiral. We might have a bit of distress, a bit of discomfort. So, if at that time, if you need a break, feel free to step out to maybe just, if you're using your phones, just put them down for a second, maybe go drink some water, right? Do all of that to make yourself comfortable. ऐसा नहीं है कि just because you've started the art piece, you have to end it and all of that. Take your time, be at your own pace, and most importantly, be comfortable. If you're feeling any discomfort and if you need my help with it, just drop a message in the chat below and I'll see how I can tend to it at that time. Okay. Are we all okay with the ground rules? Do we have any questions? If we're all okay, just give me a thumbs up so I know that we're all on the same page. I'm getting thumbs up. Brilliant. Okay, now quickly, I want to know your guys' names and I want to know where in the country, where in the world are you guys right now? So if you could quickly drop your names and your city or your location, you want to tell me about your jobs, what do you do? For example, I'm Arya, I'm a psychotherapist, I'm from Mumbai. What are you guys doing? Just let me know who is on the other side of the screen today. And anyone can start, just don't feel shy. Okay,
Also,
Shivani
guys,
from Goa.
if
Yes,
you have like if you want to talk, you can raise your hand and we can unmute you, allow you to talk, and also drop in your messages like, okay, my name, I'm from like Delhi, I'm from Bangalore. So I'm Vartika and I'm currently from Bangalore. And Arya is currently from
Mumbai.
Mumbai. So everyone else, just show your spirit. We would love it, and it just keeps the energy high. And that's what the webinar is about. Obviously, everyone can have their own time. Everyone is just coming here to relax and imbibe and be part of the community and not feel lonely and energized. So if you will not participate, it will be like not that good energy. So I'm loving it. Arya, I think you can see everyone is performing.
I can. I'm seeing Tamil Nadu, I'm seeing Bangalore.
And
I'm
Shivani has raised her hand. Shivani, do you want to talk? You can message, I want to talk, and I will unmute you.
I'm seeing Varanasi here as well. Yeah, Shivani wants to talk.
Okay, perfect. Shivani, you are allowed to talk. You can speak right now.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you so much for allowing me to talk, and I'm very excited to join this session today. So last time when I attended it, I was very, very, like I was very keen to talk, but that was not allowed. So thank you so much this time, IMTK, for allowing us to talk, and Arya, to have you here. Very excited to hear from you. You're sounding very, very positive, and the kind of length and breadth you're giving to the session is looking very awesome to me, and I'm very excited to look forward. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm from Gurgaon, working in an IT organization as a Scrum Master, which is equivalent to a servant leader. Thank you.
I'm so glad you could join us, Reshmani. It means so much when people are here. They're in the right spirit to engage and they're all in. I'm so glad, and I'm sure that everybody here is on the same page as us. And yeah, I'm so happy to see that everybody is from so many different parts of the country, and we're all here together on a Thursday, 5 o'clock, just to hang out, get some art in, right? So on that note, let's get going. Let's get ahead. Um, Okay, I'm going to set some context, right? We were talking about unwinding with art, we're talking about creativity, we're talking about stress and all of that. Now, when we talk about creativity, guys, what do you think is the root word of creativity? Creativity, what's the stem of that word? What's the basis of that word? Does anyone have any idea? Okay, Shivani's word is anything, no limit, it's infinite. Shiva talks about non-routine. Vipul has raised his hand. Do you want to go ahead, Vipul?
People, I will, you want to talk? Vipul, you can talk now. If you want to say something, you can. Vipul, are we audible?
And then I'm going to read other responses. We're talking
Yeah.
about something different. Vipali's talking about create anything, imagination, something that we do as a routine which gives us happiness. Absolutely, right? We have so many different versions of the word creativity, right? And now the basis of creativity is to create, right? Create, creative. That's the stem of the words. I watch my kids painting and scribbling and narrating stories which you can't even see. Absolutely. Children are the best understanding of the word creativity because they have no bounds, right? Everything is impossible. Everything is possible for children. You want to talk about being a spaceman? Go for it. If you want to talk about I am the lion in the jungle, go for it, right? Now, my question is everyone creative? Because I have a lot of people talking to me and telling me I'm not really good at art, I'm not really good at creativity, I'm not really a creative person. Is everyone creative? Yes or no? What are your answers? Write them in the chat. Yes. Everyone saying yes. I'm getting one no from SLK. Everyone is creative in different aspects of their life. Perfect, right? There is not one way, one single way of creativity. Some people use creativity very obviously like art forms. So if I can draw a scenery and if I can make music, then I'm creative. A lot of people use creativity in different formats. You know those days when you're at home and you don't have a lot of food in the fridge, you have like scraps. शायद थोड़ा सा mayonnaise रहेगा, शायद थोड़ा सा chapati रहेगा, maybe you have a few pieces of paneer and stuff like that. And on those days, you just make it into a salad or you make it into a roll for you to have for dinner. That's creativity. There are some days maybe you're at work and maybe you're at work and in your boss is giving you a tough problem to solve and you have no idea how to do it and you do some jugaad and you get things done. Now that is creativity. We didn't draw an artwork, we didn't make a masterpiece, we didn't create a sculpture, but we were still creative. Right? So knowing that all of us have these problem solving tendencies in us, all of us have this spirit of jugaad. Whatever happens, we can make things work. That is creativity. So everybody is creative, and it's okay if people don't recognize it. But let's understand that creativity is the basis for everybody. If humans as a race were not creative, we would not have survived. We would not have evolved all of these years if we were not creative. Now, my second question, very quickly. it's about stress. How can stress be relieved? What do you guys do currently to relieve your stress? For example, I take a walk, I go on a nap. I just go for a nap for say 15 minutes, and I feel like that's a bit better for me. I go on a walk to relieve stress. What do you guys do to relieve stress? Tell me about your current methods to reduce stress in your life. Malashmi is talking about music, nature, shopping, sleep, eating. Absolutely. We love eating comfort foods during stress, spending time with pets, watching movies, reading, sleeping, absolutely, hugging children, absolutely. We have so many ways to reduce stress in our lives. We already have, like, I'm sure whatever your age is, right? Like if you're 21, if you're 30, 40, whatever, you will have one or two techniques to reduce stress, and they're very important to us and they're very personal to us, right? Now, why do we talk about art with stress? Now, art helps us in very miraculous ways. Okay, it's for me, it almost feels like magic when I see people work through their stress with art. First of all, it helps with your emotions. You get a place to put all of your emotions in one place. We're talking about a bit of mindfulness, a bit of focus when you're engaging in art. Now, art can be of different forms. It can be visual art, something like painting, drawing, coloring, sketching. That's visual art. It can be something like rhythm, music. You're playing. Kids on their benches in school do. That's also music. That's also rhythm. Um, and that's one kind of art. There is a kind of art that's dancing, that's movement, going for walks, going for jogs. There's body work, when you're connecting with your body, when the simple act of breathing and connecting with your body, that's also a type of art. That's breath work. There are so many types of arts, right? And one of the things that happens is you can focus more on yourself and your body, and you keep the world aside. This helps with stress because this is a signal for your body to engage in itself, to keep the world aside and to focus on yourself. This improves your mood. When you engage in art, there are a lot of neurotransmitters, a lot of chemicals in your body that get released because you're engaging with art. um Whenever you're dealing with art, maybe you're drawing, you're scribbling, there's a repetitive activity. For example, picking up a paintbrush, dipping it in color, and painting. It's repetitive activity that you're doing, and it's very calming for your mind. And at the end of artwork, right, maybe you spend like 15 minutes with art, 20 minutes with art, your body feels a sense of achievement. Yes, I did this, right? That feeling really helps you lower your stress levels. So, art is very important and very easily accessible when it comes to dealing with stress. And that's why I recommend it to everybody. It's okay if you do like 5 minutes of art per day. We don't need hours and hours of our time. We're too busy for it. You have a life, you have a work life, you might have family, friends, and all of those people to take care of. We might not get an hour to spend, but 5 minutes of art every day will help. Today, I'm going to show you simple ways. We have around 40 minutes more with us. I'm going to show you simple ways of how we can use artwork in our day-to-day lives. It's not going to be complicated. I'm not even going to ask you to like remove paint brushes and colors and stuff like that. You might be in your office, you might be in your home. Some of you guys have kids and pets, right? So we don't have a lot of time. So the first thing we're going to get into doing is something called as, before we go in, I want to understand where your energy level is right now. 0 means no energy level, 5 means full energy level. Okay. Think of it as a mobile phone, as a battery in a mobile phone. Let's note what our energy level is. Okay. SLK is talking about 1, Shivani is talking about 2.5, Prabhu is talking about 5 plus. I'm loving it. 4, 3, 1. Okay. My energy level is at a 4. Very realistically. But that's also because I'm excited for webinars. So I love these. 0.5, 3. I'm loving the honesty. Even if it is a 0, 1, if it's going into negatives, that's completely fine. What I want you guys to do is have a number right now. Just notice what is your number right now. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you don't want to look at a number, look at your emotions right now. Look at your moods right now. Are you feeling happy, angry, irritable, frustrated, sad? Just notice your emotions right now. Now we're at the baseline. We're just beginning the workshop. I'm going to ask you guys the same question at the end of the webinar. We're going to see, did art bring a change in our feelings or not? So maybe right now you're at a 1, you're at a 2. Okay. After 30, 40 minutes, we're engaging in art completely. Are you at a 3? Are you at a 4? For some people, it might be beneficial. Some people might feel like, no, actually, I'm tired. I'm more tired than before. That's okay as well. Art will take time, art will take practice, and not all activities will make you feel good about things. Okay, so abhi ke liye, let's just notice what our energy level is. Let's be honest with ourselves. I'm hearing all the answers. Right now, we'll just note and now we'll move ahead. Let me just check if I've missed any messages. No, I'm seeing a lot of people at 3, which is really good, because I know it's the end of the day, right? Okay. Now I want you guys to remove your pens and papers. If you have color pens, that's amazing. If you don't, if you just have a blue or a black pen or a pencil, get it out. Once you have your artwork, your pencils and papers out, just give me a thumbs up so I know when to begin.
Keep those thumbs ups coming, guys. We are counting on you for the energy. It's a two-way process. I know the cameras are not on, but the thumbs up and the chat box is on.
Okay, we can go ahead. I'm getting thumbs ups. Okay, now I know the answer is practically there on the screen, but there is a photo on your left side. There's a photo on your left side. Can someone tell me what that photo is? There's a outline on your left side. What is that outline? Can anyone take a guess? Perfect. That's your brain. I should not have given you the hint right away, but fair. That's okay. It's a brain. It's a sketch of a brain. Now, the thing about the brain is our brains are extremely powerful organisms. They're amazing, they're fast, they're dynamic. Now, the thing is, we have a lot on our brains. We have आज क्या हुआ ऑफिस में what happened at work today. We have that on our brains. We're thinking about what do we go home and have dinner. That's on our brains. Weekend plans. Diwali is coming. Festive season is coming. Maybe that's on our brains. Maybe something about our past. Maybe we had an argument. We had a disagreement with a loved one. Some irritations here and there. Maybe traffic. Something of that sort. That's on our brains. When our brains have so many things going on, we need to figure out how to lighten it. We need to figure out how to lighten the loads on our brains. Okay. I want you guys to do a very quick thing. I want you guys to draw a big, big brain on your page. Okay, don't make it small, don't make it like really tiny. Make a big brain. For example, if this is my page, I want a brain that's this big. Just fill up just draw the brain on your page and make it really big so we all can see and scribble things in it. It can look something like this. Do not think about the anatomy. Don't think if it is scientifically accurate or not. That's not the point here. We're not looking at accuracy. Just make an outline of the brain and I'll tell you what comes next. Okay, Shivani and Raj are done. They're like the fastest fingers first here. But again, if you guys are taking time, that's okay. Give me a thumbs up when you're done or write done in the chat. So I am on track with you guys. I'm getting like tons of thumbs up. I love it. Okay, now I want you to just put your pen and paper on the table. Don't hold anything in your hand, okay? Take a deep breath in with me. A very long deep breath. Aram se, no stretch, no discomfort. Soft deep breath with me and release. Okay? Now, I want you guys to just take 30 seconds and observe what's on your mind. There might be a lot of things on your mind. Just observe what's taking up space in your brains right now. You don't have to do anything, just observe all the thoughts that are coming in your mind, right? I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds before I ask you guys what to do with it, before I request you guys and move on to the next step. So take 30 seconds, just observe, see what's coming up for you. There's no hurry, take your time with this. Okay. Now, when you're done thinking of what's happening in your life and what's happening in your brains, I want you guys to take whatever is on your brains and dump it on the paper. Okay, you can write what's happening for you. For example, if today I'm feeling a bit of irritation because I had a fight with a family member, I will either write, I had a fight with my family member, I might want to doodle something, I might just want to scribble in out of frustration. Maybe I want to do that, right? So everything that's on your mind, maybe it's a fight with a family member, maybe it's an office deadline, maybe it's a bit of worry about the future. I want you guys to draw it here inside the brain. I want to draw it, you want to doodle, you want to list it out point by point, that's on you, right? So take this space, remove everything from your brains right now and place it here so that we can engage in our jobs, we can engage in our activities better right now. Has everyone gotten my instructions? If yes, give me a thumbs up. If no, write your down in the chat box so I can address it for you. Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up. I would request people to write their questions instead of raising their hands because I don't want to disturb anybody else's focus when they're engaging in this. So if it's possible, just write your questions on chat box. Don't worry about if you're making a mistake or not. That's completely fine. Okay. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up, so I'm gonna go ahead. Everybody just write everything that's on your mind, put it in the brain that we've drawn here. And once you're done, just type a done with the activity or done. So we can move ahead. Okay, so let's take around 5 minutes for this. All right, let's begin, everybody. I'm going to put myself on mute. If you have any questions, just drop it on the chat box. I'll give you a reminder when we're around 2 or 3 minutes in. Seeing a few of us were done already. If you're done, that's okay. Just put your pens down. Just take a look at everything that your brain carries on a daily basis. Um, spend a few more moments over there. If you want to doodle, if you want to decorate that area, that's completely fine as well. If you have another set of lists that's on your brain, you want to write that down, go for it as well. Just take your time. We've got around 2 or 3 minutes more to go. Okay, everybody, let's take some 30 seconds to wind up. I can see Shivani, SLK, Raj is done. If you're done, just drop it on the chat box that you're done with the activity so I know that we can proceed ahead, or give me a thumbs up. That's okay. Okay, I'm seeing most of us are done. Right, everybody, I want you to, if you're okay, just tell me one thing that you've included in your um art. What's the one thing that you've included in your art? Might be a worry. If you're okay. If you're not okay writing, that's completely fine. For example, I've written that my head feels a little heavy. It's been feeling a little heavy for the past few hours. So that's one of the things I've written. What is it for you guys? What's the one thing that you've included in your brains? What did you realize while doing this art?
I think Arya, I can show at least mine. I don't know if
Yes,
it's visible or
I
not, I think.
background's coming in.
Yeah.
The थोड़ा बहुत दिखाई दे रहा है.
Yeah, it's like doodles and like some hearts, plant. I had like so I think like I was first so stressed, I was just scribbling like with
Uh-huh.
everything work and everything. And then it just hit me. I have like so much love in life, and I just started drawing hearts. I think my
Yeah.
brain automatically went towards that. And then
Uh-huh.
why I like I am a cocoon who is come like I am a butterfly who came from cocoon. I think my
Uh-huh.
my brain was just wandering so much when I was scribbling. It was not that wandering when I was just thinking about it. But when I started scribbling, it just wandered too much. Perhaps I'm the only one. I hope what was everyone's else's experience? They can like message or like talk. We would love to hear it.
You can even unmute, guys. Let us know if you're interested in saying it out loud, your experience.
Yeah.
Um, Someone said something on the chat. Going from anxiety to divinity to going on a vacation. Wow. Like our minds are so diverse, right? They're handling so many things at the same time.
And thank you, Shivani, for sharing that. I think that I'm not the only one. I thought I'm the only one who is dwindling so much.
Oh my God, trust me, everybody has so many things on our brains and we don't even realize it. Right? That was my second bit. You know, how was that experience for you? Was there anything you learned about yourself that you'd like to share? Um, what did you guys realize about yourself after doing this activity? Mayuri is talking about sleeping figures. Okay, that's very intriguing.
Shivani, I have allowed you to talk. You can talk now.
May I know your name first?
Sorry, my name?
Yep,
Vartika.
Vartika. All right. Thank you so much for driving it well, Vartika. I was just wondering, when I was getting into the session, I was so skeptical what it is going to be all about. I was just thinking I don't have any colored pen or even a canvas or sheets to work on. But thank you so much, Arya, for providing us with the space. I'm just using a normal office pen. I'm in office and the notebook. And then I was just drawing some few things like whatever worries I have. Then from
Mm.
there, my brain went on towards Krishna, and I drew a fluid with a peacock's feather. And then I was just thinking of going on a vacation, so I drew an aeroplane that's looking very nice. And then I drew some makeup brushes. I don't know what's going on. So feeling
Yeah.
very good, feeling very good, and I'm just thinking like how many things I'm doing in my head at one time.
Absolutely, but that's so true, right, Shivani? We don't even pay attention to what's happening in our brains. We just keep working and doing things and engaging in activities. But you see how our train of thought just goes from one thing to another. हम हमने कहाँ शुरू किया, कहाँ end किया. Nidhi's talking about how you're feeling positive, dreamy. Amit's talking about how mind goes crazy every single time you work with art. Absolutely, right? Like art does so many different things for us, and it's so amazing to see that. It's so amazing to be in a space where you're just letting your brains and your hand do your thing. Hand say you draw, brain say you just allow creativity to flourish and you allow that space where you can just do things without worrying, overthinking, thinking about the end result, right? I love all of your insights. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next activity right now. Now art may there is this one thing called as body scan. Okay, you might think body scan and art, how are they related? I'll connect it for you. In when you talk about arts-based therapy, things that I specialize in, arts-based therapy also includes working with your body, right? It's not just about drawing and putting things externally out there, but it's also understanding what your body is going through at this very moment. Okay, so here what's going to happen is this activity is a two-part activity. First, we're going to notice our bodies, we're going to see what's coming up in our bodies, and second is we're going to translate it into art. Okay, I'll first explain step one to you. We'll do the step one and then I'll explain step two to you guys. Okay. The first part of this activity is something called as body scanning. Body scanning is exactly what the word is, scanning our bodies. Nothing complicated, nothing extraordinary. It's something we're very, something that we do commonly. Um, what I want you guys to do is, if possible, place your legs on the floor. Sometimes we sit in cross-legged, like I'm also sitting cross-legged now. Either put your legs on the floor or just like to stretch them out so that it's comfortable. If you're slouching, your shoulders are so drooped, just relax and sit comfortably behind. You don't have to like sit straight, absolutely, but just sit comfortably so you can breathe easily. You know, your shoulders and your chest is open so that you can breathe with ease. If you're feeling uncomfortable, maybe, you know, after lunch our pants get tight sometimes, you just want to move it around, that's okay. If you've got like something uncomfortable on your hands, if clothes are feeling uncomfortable, just arrange it in a way so it's comfortable. If you want to put your hair behind, tie it up so that you're just in a restful space, that's okay. Okay, can I know whenever you guys are sitting comfortably, just give me a thumbs up and we can move ahead. This is just so that we can engage in activities. It's not to make us conscious. We all have different lives and we all are doing different things. And sometimes, you know, the room is too hot. We're feeling itchy. We've had a big lunch and we're feeling sleepy. This is just to get ourselves back into a zone of comfort and awareness, most importantly. Um, okay. Now that we're comfortable, I'm gonna just gently guide you guys through your body parts. We're gonna start from our feet, go up and come till our head. I'll tell you how to do it. Okay. You might wanna just close your eyes if you're comfortable. If you're not comfortable, just maybe look down or look in a space that's not very stimulating. Um, you might, if you're sitting in front of a laptop, you might want to lower the laptop ka brightness. Um, just maybe look down somewhere like at a 45-degree angle, which is comfortable for you. This is so that you can just be with yourself and your body and the environment will not disturb you. Okay, now let's just listen to the sound of my voice and listen to how I guide you through this. You don't have to do anything, you just have to observe with curiosity. Okay, let's first take one or two easy deep breaths to start the journey, to start our activities. It can be light, it can be easy. If you want to give out a big sigh, you can do that. Now, after a few deep breaths, I'm going to invite you to focus on your feet. Focus on your toes, your heels, your ankle. How is your feet feeling right now? Just observe. Don't judge. We're just observing with curiosity. How is your feet feeling right now? How is it feeling on the floor? Maybe you have your shoes on. How is that sensation? Once we're done observing our feet, we're going to go higher. We're going to go to our calves and knees. Let's observe, is there any sensation that's coming up, any tingling sensation, any itching sensation, anything that's comfortable, uncomfortable? Let's just notice that right now. Once we're done with our thighs and calves, once we're done noticing those, let's move higher to our thighs. Just above your knees, let's move on to our thighs. You're going to be seated maybe on a chair, maybe on the floor, maybe on a bed. How are your thighs and your lower back feeling as you're seated on the chair? Is there any tension? Are there any knots? Just observe. We don't have to change anything. We don't have to move anything. We just have to very gently and kindly observe how our thighs are feeling right now as they're seated on the chair. Let's move even a bit higher. Let's go to our stomachs. Let's focus on the stomach. How is your stomach feeling right now? Is it empty? Are you feeling a little hungry? Is it full? Maybe you've had a late lunch. Is there any discomfort that's around your stomach? Sometimes we feel a bit of jitters in our stomach. Sometimes we feel happy feelings, happy butterflies in our stomachs. Is anything coming up right now? All we have to do is observe. After our stomach, let's move to our lower backs. Let's move to the lower and the middle part of our backs. You might be seated on a chair, so it might be touching the back of the chair right now. What's that area feeling like? Sometimes stress and tension builds up a bit too much. That area might be a bit cramped right now. So do you want some ease? Do you want some breathing space in that area? Just notice what's happening over there in your back, in your upper and middle back. Now let's move very slowly to the upper back and our shoulders. Is there anything that's happening in that area? Sometimes we might be working on laptops, we might be working on computers at work every day. It might be a bit tense. Can we notice what's happening? Can we notice the tension? Is there any tension? Sometimes we also feel easy in those areas. Are they feeling light? There might be any aches and pains that's coming up. That's okay. Just notice. We're not trying to fix anything. We're just trying to be with our bodies right now. Let's observe what's happening. Let's move to the front part of our body, that is the chest. Right above your stomach, we have our chest. How is your chest feeling right now? Notice how your chest expands and contracts with your breath. Are there any pleasant or unpleasant feeling right now in your chest? Again, no judgment, only curiosity. Let us, after noticing our chest, let's move on to our necks. Front of our neck and the back of our neck. Let's move on to the front and the back of our necks and notice what's happening. And as we notice our necks, let's also notice our hands, our full hands, from the forearm to our fingers, elbows, Take a nice wide look from your fingers to your elbows, to your shoulders, and then your neck. Let's come back at our necks again. Take a second, and then let's move to our head. Start from your jaw and your cheek, and then move on to your forehead. Is there any tension and stress in your forehead? Maybe at your temples? Your eyes might be feeling a bit heavy after a long day. Just observe. Some days we're excited, so our face feels lighter. Is that happening? So we're done with our face and our foreheads. Let's move to the back of our head and the front of our head and the top of our head. Right? Let's notice the back of our head, the skull, where our hair grows. And then let's also look at the top of our head. Is there any feeling coming up? Can you notice anything, any sensation over there? Once we're done with these sensations, let's come back to our breath again. We're done scanning our entire bodies. Let's take a breath. Come back to our breath. Let's notice you might want to open your eyes right now if they're closed. You want to wriggle your toes a little bit to come back to the present. Maybe you wriggle your fingers, stretch your shoulders. Let's come back to the present. If we're all back to the present, can we just get a thumbs up so I know that everybody's coming back? We're all here together from the body scan activity. Okay, I'm getting a few thumbs up. Lovely. Can anybody tell me any sensation they felt? Maybe you felt um, rumbling in your stomach if you were hungry. Maybe there was some tightness in your chest. SLK talked about paining. Pain is a very common feeling that we get when we notice our bodies, right? Maybe if you're having a good day, you might be feeling light. You might be feeling light in your hands and legs. Can someone just put on the chat one sensation, anyone that you're okay to talk about? I wouldn't ask you to elaborate, I just want to know what's coming up for you guys if you're comfortable. Relax somewhere, pain at some points. Absolutely. Thank you, Shivani. That's such a good observation. We feel so many different things in our bodies at the same time. My feet is feeling cold, my head is feeling heavy, my shoulders are feeling strained, right? And we don't even notice these most of the times. Um, Sometimes our focus is just on the pain. Back is hurting, and we can only think of that. We don't feel that, okay, back is hurting, yeah, but I'm feeling okay. Head is feeling heavy. I'm glad you mentioned that, right? Now, what I want you guys to do is we're feeling a lot of different things in our bodies right now. Ankles are stiff, pleasant feeling, absolutely. See, once you start thinking on these lines, so many things comes up. I want you to just sit with these feelings as we move on to part two of the activity. Remember, I said there are two parts. We just did the body scanning, which is part one. The second part, I'm going to get to it right now. Some hair roots are sensitive, absolutely. See, there's such tiny feelings, right? We don't even think about what part of our body is tiniest part of our body that's feeling pain. Now we're going to translate all our sensations into art, and I'll tell you how to do that. On your right, on the screen, there is a person, the outline of person. I call it a gingerbread person. Okay, I want you to draw a gingerbread person. Um, let's first draw the gingerbread person. Just draw an outline. Again, nothing fancy. Very simple. Don't think about, okay, the perfect lines and all of that. Just draw a gingerbread person, and once you are done, give me a thumbs up. I'll also quickly draw this along with you guys. And draw it a bit big. Don't draw it very small. Like this. Once you're done, just give me a thumbs up. Don't fuss over it too much. The point of the activity is to notice what's coming up for us right now. Okay. Raj is talking about being the first time when you observe the full body. That's so important, Raj. I'm so glad you got a chance to do that, right? Um, we don't take the time to observe what's happening. And it's not a personal thing, right? It's everybody. All of us are having such busy lives. We're not going to sit around and just observe what's happening. But it's so powerful because it helps us get in touch with our bodies. Shivani is done drawing the gingerbread, the outline, the person outline. Anybody else who's done with the person outline, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, lovely. Okay. Now, what I want you guys to do is just start doodling your sensations on the gingerbread man or the figure, the stick figure. For example, my head is feeling heavy. Okay. I might want to represent that as something like this. If my head is feeling heavy and clouded, I might want to just scribble here. Okay. If my hand is feeling very cold, if I'm sitting in an AC and my fan is feeling very cold, I might just want to draw or doodle something in my hand. For example, give me a second. Hands cold. I just want to draw some lines over here to represent that my hand is cold. Okay, maybe your stomach is feeling a bit grumbly. Maybe your stomach is having really loud noises. So here's my stomach, for example. I just want to doodle here somewhere. You can doodle whatever sensations you're having in whatever ways. Maybe you want to draw tiny dots, maybe tiny rectangles, maybe you want to color it, right? That's all on you. All I need you to do right now is take maybe 2-3 minutes and put all of your sensations in the body and put it in the gingerbread person. Transfer all of your sensations from your body and put it here on this figure. If you've gotten the instructions, just give me a thumbs up so I know that we're on the same page. Okay, I'm getting a few thumbs up. Lovely. Let's take 2-3 minutes and just doodle whatever is coming up. Again, no right or wrong answers. Don't worry about that. All I want us to do right now is see everything that our bodies are carrying. So let's just notice these sensations and let's doodle them on the gingerbread person. If you have a question, just drop them on the chat so I can address them. I'm seeing a few of us get done with our um, art. Can anyone share what's coming up for us? Um, you must have drawn your experiences, your sensations on the artwork. Can anyone share what's coming up for you guys?
So I can like at least share mine.
Yes,
It's
yes.
like I don't know. It's difficult to show. Yeah, but it's like I had like really bad lower back pain, so I couldn't do the back. So I did like the stomach area, and like I'm
Uh-huh.
quite energized and like light on my head. So I drew like flowers and leaves in the head area.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like a small dot on knee because knee pain is like slightly less than the back pain. And realizing that I'm too old too soon.
Absolutely, right? That's so important because our bodies are feeling such different things in different spaces,
Definitely.
right? Like it's so um we don't feel the same thing throughout.
Yeah.
Right. And that's so important to see the creativity that's coming up, right? Like drawing leaves and flowers and drawing like the different symbols that came up. What about the rest of us? What's coming up for you guys?
I think Shivani has messaged.
It was wonderful to observe ourselves as a whole, right? Absolutely. We don't do that. That's the entire point of it. If you can take one thing through this activity, take the fact that you can have time to observe what's happening in your bodies. Okay. Okay, I know we're at the end. Can we extend by 5 minutes if we've got the time?
Yeah, yeah, we can. Definitely.
Okay. I'm gonna go through the last activity and it's kind of fun, which is why I really want to do it. Um, yeah. The last thing we're gonna do is something called as a scene sketch. Um, for example, I'm sitting in front of a laptop, I'm sitting in a room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sketch out whatever I see. Now, you can maybe sketch the entire room if you want, like the picture on the screen. Maybe you want to sketch something that's really close. Maybe I can just want to sketch my mug here that has water in it. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is you cannot sketch with your dominant hand. You can if I'm a right-handed person, I write with my right hand. I cannot sketch with my right hand. I have to sketch with my left hand. If you write with your left hand, alternatively, you're going to be sketching with your right hand. So whatever hand you use to write, you use dominantly the opposite hand. What you're going to do right now is you're not going to just upper say sketch. I want you to get into details. Is there a shading on on some area? For example, I have the AC remote with me. I might want to sketch the buttons of the AC remote. Don't worry about it being pretty. Don't worry about it being accurate. Just worry about seeing details around you, seeing small, tiny details around you, and sketching it out on paper. Are we all clear with the activity that we're supposed to be doing? It's a very quick activity. Just take, I don't know, 3, 5 minutes at max. Um, Lovely. I'm getting thumbs up. So let's do a quick see and sketch. Oh, use your non-dominant hand to draw. Don't worry about the accuracy, just worry about the engagement and if you're having fun or not. I'm going to mute myself again. If you have any questions, just write on the chat and I'll unmute myself.
I'm sorry, Shivani, we won't be able to switch on the cameras. That's not allowed in the setting, but you can definitely write the explanation of what you have drawn.
And you know what, Shivani, if you still want to, I will share my email ID at the end. If you still want to show it to me, I would love to see it. Just snap a picture, and send it to me. And I would really love to see what you guys have created, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, and if you want to like post, you can tag both Arya and IMT on LinkedIn. And if you are feeling that gutsy, you can also post that on LinkedIn and tag us.
Yeah. I've actually posted a comment on I've already posted an IMT Health Cup um post. You can just comment under it if you don't want to make a post or anything.
Yeah, you can do that.
Let's take a last 1 minute and just doodling
Yeah,
and
I have on like laptop. The only thing around me was I drew a laptop.
let's take the last 1 minute to just doodle and draw. Okay, I'm getting a ton of thumbs ups. I'm gonna go ahead. Can anyone share what you guys drew? How was your experience doing it with your non-dominant hand? What did it made you realize? Um, any reflections whatsoever about this activity?
We would love to hear from you guys. And Shivani, thank you so much for being so engaging. We really appreciate it. I think everyone is now like we want to leave office and go.
Dipali saying, interesting, forgot everything and focused the point of art. Dipali's got it. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you were able to get all in art. You're welcome, Mami. Thank you so much for participating.
And Ami, thank you so much for always leaving a good feedback. Like we really appreciate it. You are always like we are always waiting for your feedbacks.
Okay, so um, before we end, I want you guys to do a quick check-in, see where your energy level is at right now. Did it increase? Did it decrease? I know it was a short 40 minutes, 45 minutes if I was doing art, but is it higher than before? Is it lower than before? I'm seeing 4, 5, 4.5. We don't even know that we can use absolutely, right? Our dominant hands are so on the task, but our non-dominant hands are just sitting there waiting for instructions, right? This is such a great way to use your non-dominant hand and increase your creativity. And also it really helps your brain develop and grow when you use your non-dominant hand. So art bhi ho raha hai, but brain development is also happening in the same way. Everybody else, my energy is at a 5. It was at a 4 earlier, but it's clearly at a 5 because I'm enjoying myself so much. Thank you guys for that. Okay, everybody. This is the end of the activity. This is the end of what I had promised, what I had thought of engaging in. I have put my LinkedIn ID here. I've put my email ID over here. If you want, I can just share my LinkedIn ID in the chat box so that you guys can connect with me. You guys can reach out.
Yeah, Arya, you can share. You want me to share or you are going to share your LinkedIn ID?
Go share it. It's fine. Let me just do it anyway. I have it right here.
Perfect. Also, if any one of you would want like art therapy event exclusively for your corporate, you can talk to your HR and they can contact their insurance provider to reach out to us and we can organize an offline or online exclusive event of art therapy with Arya for you. And thank you so much, Arya. And also, I would like to thank everyone who participated, stayed. Like, I know everyone just wants to rush back to the home, and the amount of engagement in this session was really fabulous. And I think it owes to you, Arya, how you pull everyone together, and everyone is so excited.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy. Shivani is asking for the LinkedIn ID and the work email. Let us send it again.
I
Maybe
think, Arya, you
I'll-
have sent it to host and panelists. Let me share it.
oh, okay, okay. I'm so sorry. Let me just do it for everybody.
I have shared it with everyone. Uh, LinkedIn ID of Arya has been shared.
I'll just send my email ID as well if you guys want to reach out to me over there. Um, Therapy, workshop, webinars, just want to drop a feedback about how this was for you guys. Go for it. Feel free. Would love to get to know your experiences, your feedback. Very important to us. Thank you so much for joining in. I know we're running a few minutes late, but thank you for staying till the end.
Thank you so much, everyone. And we really loved having you all. And just enjoy. And I think Diwali is around the corner. And I hope with this positive energy which we had in this session, thanks to Arya, you are going to like continue sharing that, having that, and we can definitely organize more events. You can also message us on social media or reply on the feedback email for more such events. It helps us to know what you love, what you don't love, and we can organize them. And we really take feedback seriously. So we would love for you to share them. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.